about the NBA's future, and you read the title right. The NBA's future is fat. That's right, you might have thought you read the title incorrectly, but that's right, the NBA's future is fat. You might be saying, BD, what is going on? Well, to that I answer to you, we need to start looking at the facts and look who is dominating the NBA, and I can assure you it ain't the athletic guys. There's a certain NBA player that you might have heard of named Nikola Jokic, potentially maybe won the MVP last year. Yeah, that's right, him. Now that big fat fella, he is dominating the NBA. Just a couple days ago, dropped a 49-point triple-double, and he is the leading contender for MVP for the 2022 NBA season. Now let's look at someone as a counterpart. Luka Doncic loves to eat Luka. That boy loves to eat, and we can see he's kind of getting a little bit beefy. But once again, that kid is absolutely dominating the NBA. On a side note, dominating at what, 22 or 23 is insane what he's doing, but he is a solid guy. Now we look at these two of the most prime examples of how this fat trend is actually dominating the NBA. People like Russell Westbrook, aka one of the most athletic players of all time, are struggling in today's NBA. That guy's getting 100,000 turnovers a game and shooting about 12% from the field. When we look at these thick guys now, these guys are dominating the NBA, and it actually does make sense why they're dominating. Think about it, all their junior career, and even once they've got to their senior career, they've never been the most athletic guy on the court, so they've always had to develop their skill. Their shooting's better than everyone, their passing's better than everyone, and their handling's better than everyone. And the thing that separates just a regular fat guy from Nikola Jokic, potentially about a foot difference of height. But the other thing, IQ. These beefy boys, they got their IQ right on point. They know exactly what they're doing. So this leads me into my third beefy boy in the NBA that's absolutely dominating, of Chris Paul. I know he's on the back end of his career, but Chris Paul's always been a bit of a beefy boy, except for his first few years in New Orleans. Now we need to start facing the facts here. These beefy boys are absolutely dominating the NBA, all because of their IQ and skill level. Now this is not new news to us. We should have actually seen this coming. We got a really good glimpse of it when DeMarcus Cousins was on the Sacramento Kings. Now by all means he wasn't that fat, but he was still a bit chunky, and we saw what he could do where he had a few triple doubles, some 50-point games. Boogie Cousins was going absolutely off at the Sacramento Kings. Now that was the first time in a long time that we saw a beefy fella going up. Now you could be thinking of an ex-NBA player by the name of Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, that was a big boy, and we saw him in the 90s. The difference with him was he was an inside center that just used his brute force. What we're seeing now is these big, solid, fat guys. They're using their brains and skills to stretch the floor from three, facilitate for others, and put the ball on the floor. Like, I've never seen a center as skillful as Jokic. That guy is seriously incredible. But if you want to even go back even further in time, look at someone like Larry Bird, a top 10 player in NBA history, white, unathletic, a bit chunky. That guy had nothing going for him athleticism-wise, but on the brains and smarts, that guy was an absolute basketball genius. Pairing that with his phenomenal shooting and incredible skill led for him to be one of the greatest players in NBA history. So if we look at it, yes, there's going to be athletic guys like LeBron, Michael Jordan that have absolutely dominated the NBA with their athleticism, but if we look to the future of this NBA with more and more European and international talent, the game's getting more skillful, players are able to stretch the floor, there is going to be more and more beefy boys in the NBA. So if you're a cunning young prospect, I'm not telling you to go eat 10,000 calories a day, because you don't want to get fat. For future players, you just got to know what you're doing. The IQ has got to be risen, and you got to get in the lab and get that skill work in, because to match with these big guys that have obviously got the strength on you because they're such solid guys, you're going to have to put in some work in the gym as well. It is quite a fascinating thought, because one of the most athletic sports in history, aka basketball, you would have thought is getting run by the most athletic players. The guys with the 50-inch verticals, the guys with a 4.1 40-yard dash. But it's actually crazy that at the moment, the most dominating guy is a 7-foot, 300-pound guy named Nikola Jokic. Now, it's not just a one-off, because if you look at Luka Doncic, who's 6'7", yes, that is a few inches shorter than Jokic, but he is also quite a chunky guy, and he is also dominating the NBA just because of his IQ and skill. A lot of these American guys just made it to the NBA from their pure skill. Look at someone like Jordan. He came into the league league without being able to hit a 3-ball. Now I know the 3-ball wasn't big back then, but he still couldn't hit it. Obviously over time he developed the game, and that's what separates the good players from the elite players, where you can take a game to a next level the older you get. To me it's just an interesting thought, because I know what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 months. Eat, eat, eat. I need to beef up so I can match it with Jokic. Oh yeah, you might be mentioning Zion Williamson. Yeah, not that guy. He's a bust. He can't get on the court. If you're a beefy boy, you still got to be able to be durable and actually play some game. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Share this with your friends, and I'll catch you later.